Loud and clear. This is Mike with Mike Golfs Oregon. Tonight's guest, my channel is named Mike Golfs Oregon, but tonight's guest probably will golf all of Oregon before I do. If you watch his channel, he's already hit more courses than I have, and I'm a little jealous of it, but it is what it is. I want to welcome tonight to the channel Mark with Par 3 Bogey. Mark, welcome. How are you doing tonight?
Hey guys, Mark here, Par 3 Bogey. I'm doing great. I'm glad we finally got this together.
Yeah. I don't remember if I said this or not, but Mark is in Oregon and not too far away. I think we're maybe 45 minutes apart or maybe an hour, something like
Just
that.
north of Eugene. I'm out here in Harrisburg.
Yep. Familiar with the Harrisburg area, right between Salem and Eugene. So you're kind of in between my two sort of hometowns. So hey, let's just get started. I like to ask somebody, folks, what your golf history is. How'd you get started in golf? Where'd you
Uh,
start? When did you start?
oh man, it was, I want to say maybe 2014. So I'm kind of a baby golfer right
Yeah.
now. So I didn't start until like later in life. It was like my brother. He came up here and he's like, hey, we'll go golfing. And so I borrowed some clubs from somebody at work, and that was kind of my first outing going. Nothing
How'd it go?
spectacular. We saw a deer at Middlefield. That was about the extent of it, right there.
Yeah.
Everything else is just a blur. Um, and then it was like one of the guys that I worked with. He used to work at Diamondwood, so I went out there with him one time. And he's like a single handicap. So I saw what could be done with golf, and what I was doing was hardly could even be called golf. It was just striking balls,
Yeah.
from having like a baseball or softball background. You're doing a baseball swing, and the ball is just going
Trying to
right.
kill everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Trying to kill it all. Was it sort of like one of those situations where it's hooked right away? Were you hooked right away or did it take a little while?
It was not right away. It was more of, oh, okay, this is kind of cool. It wasn't until I hooked up with some more guys from work where we went out as a foursome, because everything else was just me and my brother, me and the one guy. And then when it got out there and it was four guys and the weather was better, and you're like, oh yeah, I can see doing this.
Yeah.
And then it was probably a couple of years, and then the bug really hit. And then it was, hey, I'm going to go hit some balls. I'm going to go hit some balls. Hey, I'm going to go play nine,
Yeah.
in a rainstorm at River Ridge down here in Eugene, which
That's
is
what I was going to ask you. It was like when at what instant, what thing was it that you knew that, oh, whoops, I think I've been bit?
um, I think when I almost got a hole in one, we were down in Tahoe, and it was just me and my wife, and I hit like a 9-iron from like 100 and some yards, and I still have the picture. It hit and it rolled back, and it was coming right towards the hole. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I could do that? Like, I almost got a hole in one. And then you have to try and try and
Yeah.
try. I've only got close one other time, and that was a couple years ago.
I was going to say
And
the cruelty of golf is that could be the closest you ever get, and it happened when you were still, really new, relatively new in the
right,
sport,
right.
right?
And then you hear people like, oh yeah, I've never played, and then they get one out
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
10 luck. So
So that's sort of like where you started out, how you started
mhm.
out, sort of where's it at now? What's sort of your current play schedule? What do where do you play? How often do you play? Where do you embrace golf?
Um, I got buddies that are at Emerald. They're on the men's league, so we'll go there. Diamond Woods, Pine Ridge. That's a great place to go. We were just there on Saturday with my granddaughter and
Is
my
Pine
wife.
Ridge the one in Springfield or outside of
Yeah,
Springfield or
it's the
Markham?
old Springfield. Yeah, it's the old Springfield Country Club.
Okay.
Right
I've
there on
never
Old
been to that one.
Road. Oh yeah, you'll like it. You've been to Diamond Woods, right?
I've been to Diamond Woods when it was
Okay.
9 holes.
Okay, so Diamond Woods and Pine Ridge are kind of like the opposite. The front nine on Diamond is flat, and then the
Yeah.
back is up and down, and Pine Ridge is up and down on the front. and then it's all by the highway, and it's all flat on the back end.
So
So
how often do you get out? I mean, are you golfing once a week, twice a week?
um,
What's sort of the
probably
schedule?
twice a week, just
Yeah,
because of work. Um, my schedule changed, so I try to get out there and at least hit some balls. My wife is kind of getting the bug right now, so we've been
good.
going to Fiddlers and Oakway and playing and kind of talking her through that. But she likes it. It's something we can get out and do together. Kind of
Yeah,
like you and your wife, what you
my
guys are
wife and I
doing.
golf a lot together. We golf a lot together. It's really great. And I've never played, again, like I said, you're going to golf Oregon before I do. I've never played Fiddlers. I've never played Oakway, but I know that they're both, especially Oakway, I think is very, very similar to Metal Lawn up here in Salem, a little 9-hole executive course. And that's where she
Mhm.
started playing. That's where we kind of like worked it out and figured out like this is great for us. We were super enjoy this, and she got pretty hooked on it
Right,
at that point. Right? It was fun. So
right.
we just continued playing. Do you play competitions? Are you in a men's league or a men's club or play other
No,
competitions?
my work schedule puts me out of doing any kind of men's club or anything. It's dark by the time I get off or whatever. But
Yeah.
um, I have done some tournaments at uh, Pine Ridge with one of my old work buddies and that. And I think the best we did, we came in like fifth. You know, we got some credit at the clubhouse, so
Yeah.
that was cool.
Yeah.
Um,
I play in a lot of like up here in Salem for like different charities and
mhm,
nonprofits, playing a lot of those scrambles. And I've done in the past at Salem Golf Club as a member of the golf men's league. I did like Thursday night men's league. I did that for like 3 or 4 years, but I don't
mhm,
I'm not too into that stuff. I did sign up. Renewed my GN number this year, or just now, just this month, with Northwest Golf Guys, because I think
mhm.
I'm gonna try and play some competitions with them, play some stroke play
Okay,
competitions, and they play at like a lot of different courses that I haven't been to, so
right.
that's helpful. And did you want to answer that question, Mark? That just popped up on the screen. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, uh,
I'm kidding.
okay.
I'm kidding.
I, I,
Uh,
I, I have done that on the course where you're like, I got
oh,
to take a break.
that's a story.
Yeah.
Like on the course?
Well, you just kind of get going, and then you're like, you got anybody? No. And then you go, and you're like, I think I have to go. And then what do you do? Unless you have like a bathroom somewhere in the
Yeah.
middle of that nine, you're
Yeah.
kind of stuck.
Yeah, you're stuck.
So,
You're stuck. You're stuck. So sticking on like kind of current golf, what's sort of your equipment setup? What's in your bag? What are you swinging?
I'm swinging the TaylorMade Sims.
Okay.
I got a stealth driver. I actually had an old M4 with the shaft, and then I just bought the stealth head and switched it out because I didn't want to try like a new shaft and
Yeah.
see, oh, do I have to cut it down? Is it going to be the same flex? So I just kind of stayed with that, and it's been working for me pretty good. It's totally adjustable, so I can put it in any configuration that I want.
So you have
So
a sim driver, and then what about fairway woods, hybrids? What do you carry there?
it's all. I have a 3 wood, Titleist PSI 3.
Okay.
So, and I like that. That's for a 3 wood. You can totally adjust it just like the driver. So,
Oh,
um, yeah, it was like a Christmas present from me. So, um, um, shout out to Fiddlers from that. That's
yeah.
where I picked that up. But yeah, and then just the Juno TaylorMade Juno putter I picked up a couple of years. So,
All right. What
but
about irons? Your
with what?
irons?
Oh, they're the uh, TaylorMade sim.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
sim all the way through.
yeah. Sim for
Okay.
the irons, and then the stealth is my driver.
Okay. Would you consider yourself a gear guy?
No, I mean it's some of my friends are. They'll pick and choose. I went with TaylorMade. I don't know why. I think it was just the name when I first started, and then um, I was just using like borrowed clubs, and then one of my supervisors had a yard sale, and she had some. Oh, what were they? They were tailor made. They were older type, and so I bought them from her, and it was hitting those, and they were really good. So
Yeah.
if it's not broke, why fix it? So
Yeah. Yep.
um,
Yep. What
and
about golf?
I didn't want to buy anything like brand new because you know how that gets
Super expensive.
until I was really like hooked on the game.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
so
Oh, I want to
finally,
say hi to Roger there. I see Roger from Spam and Eggs. Golf is in there, and Sydney Ray's in there too. Good to see you guys in here. Thanks for stopping by.
yeah.
What about the pros? Do you follow the pros at all?
Well, if Taylor or Jordan Speed, did better, I'd follow him more. But it's usually 2 days and out. I'm kind of a Ricky Fowler fan.
Okay.
Um, so uh, all those guys, Justin Thomas. I don't know how everybody else feels, but um, DJ until they all took off to go to the other league,
Yeah.
then I don't even really pay attention to them anymore. Cause why? But
Yeah, it is weird. It's
yeah,
like they all just sort of disappeared.
yeah. And can you blame them for taking the money? I don't know.
No, no, I
Um,
don't. I don't blame them. I was always. I mean, I'm a lefty, so I've been a Phil guy my entire life.
mhm,
Um, I love Phil, and it's just weird that the accessibility of watching them now is. I mean, you can find it, but you really got to search it out. I don't really
right.
follow the pros anymore. I kind of lost interest when all of that blew up. Actually, pre that, I just sort of lost interest in it in the pro
Mhm,
game, and I play so much. I'm like, I care more about my game than I do about about
yeah.
about the pros, right? But but it is kind of like I feel like you lose something now because I don't get to watch my favorite player. But now he's back on YouTube, and I get to watch him on YouTube, so that's
Right.
always nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved his YouTube stuff. That's where I came up with. Um, I kind of mimicked his flop shot. So
Yeah.
I try and do that, when you're close to the green in the deep stuff, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Most of the time it doesn't.
So
So
I've alluded to the fact that you've played a lot of courses in Oregon. So what's
mhm.
sort of the favorite course, your favorite course you've played in our state?
In our state,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, Tokatee is always a favorite. It's
Yeah.
it's it's a given for people that have played there. Of course, out in the middle of nowhere,
It really is
and
middle of
it's
nowhere.
just it's just set up great. I mean, you can get great run on the fairways. The greens are always in magnificent shape. So I love Tokatee. Been to Bandon. I mean, that's one thing, but some of the public courses,
I almost pull Bandon out whenever anybody asks me my favorite course because it's like
yeah,
it's so easy to just say Bandon. And I'm actually heading down there in I'm looking now 3 or 4 weeks, but it's so easy to just say those. So I kind of say like, well, let's take that out of the equation. Here's what my favorite
yeah,
courses are that I've played
yeah,
outside of
yeah. You kind of
those.
have to because it's really not fair, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So, but
I mean, Tokatee is that's a really good one, and
it is.
more people need to play it.
Aspen is nice.
Aspen Lakes.
Yeah, it's hard, you know,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I've played
um,
it
just the
once.
yeah, I've been there 3 times. I think I've got one birdie out of that whole thing,
I don't even
and
remember. I don't even remember what I scored. It was horrible. It was on a golf marathon. Um, I do remember that we played. It was kind of raining, and those cinder bunkers. They are. It's worse than normal sand when it rains. It was truly wet cement, and it was
right,
really tough coming
well,
out.
yeah, and that's why you're supposed to putt out of them. That's what they told us.
Well, not from the spots I was in. They were pretty bad. They were pretty bad spots. So, not just have you played a lot of Oregon courses, I see you've posted a lot of videos, and this is, I think I said this on the last
Mhm.
conversation I had on live stream. Part of the funnest part of this is getting to just like binge watch your channel and binge watch channels.
Mhm.
And you've actually played all over the place, right? You've got a lot of stuff from the East Coast, from the Carolinas and stuff. So
Yeah.
tell me, how do you end up over there? What's the story there?
My daughter's husband is in the Air Force, so we had our timeshare, and we just said, asked them if they wanted to meet us there. So they drove there, and then now, since you get the bug, you take your clubs with you no matter where you go. So I hooked up a couple of tee times, one with him, and then one where my wife was with me, and that's pretty much how we did that.
Yeah.
And then you saw that I was in Ireland and
Yep.
Scotland, and
Yep.
that was
That
like,
was on my list of things to ask about too.
yeah, and that was a treat. It was my cousin. We went with him because they were school teachers and they were going on spring break. Found cheap tickets over there, so we tagged along, and we had tea time set up, and then he broke his hand,
Oh,
so he didn't get to play. And I asked him, I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? He was like, I'm gonna go with you, fool. I'm gonna be drinking while you're golfing. So we went and we had a great time. It was like the only time that I had a caddy, and I'll tell you, it makes a difference
does it?
because there
I've
was some
never had
stuff.
one.
Yeah, there was some times I'm seeing, and it's in the video. I go, well, I see a little left to right, and he goes, nope, it's straight. Oh, it's up. I think it's going downhill. No, it's all the way uphill. And I'm just going, I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, he works there and he knows the
Yeah.
course, but it was just great. He set me up twice, that big long putt for par,
Yeah.
and there's no way I would have made that. It was like 60 or 70 feet. It was
I
outrageous.
I've always wanted to use one, and honestly, so I tell you, I'm headed to Bandon. This is my eighth
Mhm.
trip to Bandon. I've never had. It's a company deal, so get we don't get caddies or whatever. So at some point in my life, I do want to go out and have a caddy and just see like
Mhm.
a really good caddy. I'm told will save you 5, 6, 7 strokes around. Um,
Right.
Rogers asked a really good question. Says the real question that we want to have answered isn't what your favorite course is; it's what's your least favorite course in
Least
Oregon.
favorite course?
I have
Oh
one.
man, if I say that, then they won't let me in there. Oh, do I have a least favorite course?
Well, how
I,
about you
I'll,
just?
I'll say,
What
how
I was
about
gonna say, just to
say
say
River
what town
Ridge?
it's in.
I'll say River Ridge because it's not there anymore.
Yeah, that's a safe
It,
answer.
but yeah, but that was a nice course. Least favorite.
I'm gonna throw out, and I don't know if you've ever played this one, Oak Knoll. And so
Oh
it's
no.
it's on Highway 22, just west of Salem, right at the Independence interchange, right around the Independence interchange on the way out to
Okay.
Dallas. And
Okay. It's on the
um,
right hand side
it's on the
going.
right hand side. It used to be really fun. It's where you went as a kid if your parents were gonna
Mhm.
drop you off to golf somewhere, that's where they dropped you off was Oak Knoll. And
Okay.
and it was really fun. It was a fun 9-hole course. It's just straight back and forth, up and down. Then they added a back nine and they kind of mixed the holes up or whatever,
Mhm.
but they ran into issues out there, went through a series of different owners. Maintenance absolutely tanked. The fairways were, when the ground would just crack and shatter, right?
Oh,
It's
right.
like all the big, like broken pieces of dirt and everything just baked out all summer long. So the ball just bounces and runs and you can't stop anything. It's hard to hit off of. And then they lost the greens. They got some sort of black moldy fungus thing on there. Um,
No.
and they couldn't kill it. They couldn't get rid of it, and they didn't have the money to totally redo the greens. And so every green has just a small patch of grass that's actually puttable. And so they put the pin there and never move it. And you literally, if you're on the other side of the green, you can't putt through this stuff because the ball just it's like putting across a parking lot.
No.
Yeah. So and then they decided they get kind of in that death spiral where they need money to fix these things. They need money to keep operating. So they didn't drop their rates, and then people get outraged because they're out there and they're like, "You are going to charge me how much to play on this?" And some
Right.
people, people that don't know, would get out there and be like, "Ah, how did you do that?" Um, so I have not been back in a long time, and I have not heard any reports that it's been fixed, and I don't even know if it's still open. But it's a pretty I can easily say that that's my least favorite that I've played in Oregon anyways.
Yeah. I would think. I would say not because it's a bad course, but probably Oakway, just because it's short and you can't really hit driver.
Yeah.
So it's more of a short game, and then there's houses like right up on you. So if you've ever had the shanks, you're going, oh man. So you're always thinking about stuff, and it always takes me out. And then my wife, she's she's learning, like I said, so she's just hitting it down the fairway,
Yeah.
and I'm going, what? How'd you like par it? And I got a bogey. You just start. So I
That's
would probably say Oakway because
that
they
that
have
that
the same thing with the some of the dry ground, and you hit the hard pan and you're looking, it looks like
yeah. That
looking
sort of
at
describes where my wife started playing, where we played a lot together at the start at that Meadowlawn
Mhm,
course. At the depending on which of the old guys that live at the course are volunteering to do the maintenance and to keep it up, it depends
mhm,
on, that's totally whether or not the course is in decent condition or not. And sometimes it's in great condition, but it's not a place to go play driver. Like I'll take 4 clubs there or 3 clubs. It's you can go with a hybrid and a 8 iron and a pitching wedge and a putter and probably be just fine, which is a really fun way to play, by the way.
yeah,
But it's like that, but it's fun. We like the people there, and they don't, you know, they charge you hardly anything to play there, so it's great. It's pretty
that's
fun.
good.
So
That's good.
that's good. Um, so let's see, make sure I'm answering the questions here.
Courses with too much animal waste on the fairway.
Well, that's anywhere in the Willamette Valley coming up here in the next couple months because we're the Pacific Flyway, and if you don't
Yeah,
like goose turds, if you don't like
yeah,
goose turds, don't golf here.
yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
It gets pretty bad. It gets pretty bad. I wanted to sort of transition to more YouTube specific stuff and about your channel, about your experience. So tell me a little bit about your channel. What's sort of the concept of your channel? How would you pitch your channel at this stage?
at this stage, a mess, kind of. You know, it's I started off going back, like how I got started with it
Yeah,
was
start at the beginning.
yeah. So filming, it was Palm Springs. Went down there to visit my brother and everything, and we showed up, and I just pulled out my phone at all the par threes, and I had the video on there. It's like every par three at Indian Hill, and so um, I was just trying to capture what if it goes in. There's 4 of us. Somebody's got to get close,
Ace Cam
right?
is live.
Yeah. So, we're on hole in one alert. And then, so I had that. And then I wasn't planning on doing a YouTube channel until whenever. And then the Tokati video that I did with my
Yep.
granddaughter, um, that one I go, oh yeah, that would be good. And then tried doing like a shot tracer on there, but it was on my push cart or somebody was holding it. So then you have the line like, oh, here it goes. And it's like this going back and forth. And I go, well, I can't put that out. But then I just ended up doing it. So, and then it was just kind of rolling along, just filming, not really doing YouTube. It was just, I would share stuff with, family, whoever I was with. Like,
Uh-huh.
oh, remember this shot, remember that shot. And then it was just started getting so many videos. I'm like, yeah, I should put it out there. And then,
That
I,
Tokati video, that your Tokati video, I don't know if you know this. So like every year, I kind of have stopped doing it because I never get around to them. Every year, I would sort of write out like, "Oh, here's the courses I absolutely have to play this year that I want to get back and play again or play for the first time." Tokati was
right.
always on the list, right? And one of the reasons I wanted to get there is because I was like, nobody has posted a video. There were no videos. Tokati had some old videos that they'd done with like a drone flyover of hole by
Mhm.
hole, sort of, but that was about
Right.
it. There was no playing videos, and I knew, I'm like, man, if someone just posts a playing video at Tokati, it's going to do really well, right?
Right.
Because the people that go there, that's going to be the video that they watch. And I kept putting Tokati on the list every year and never got to it. And then the year that I got to it, I'm like, oh, so I searched and I found your video. I think that's the first video that I saw of yours
Oh, okay.
was the Tokati video.
Oh, you're
And I was like,
welcome.
oh. there we go. Someone did make a video, and then I finally got up this year, and I made the video this year, and then
Mhm.
when I got back, I realized like maybe I don't know, within like 6 weeks, I feel, of my video, I can't remember if it was before or after, Sam Hahn, the CEO of Lab Golf, was up there playing
Yeah,
with the pro and they recorded it and put it. I'm like, okay, well,
yeah,
that's the one that everybody's gonna watch now. But I had my day in the
right.
sun. I think I got 1,000 views out of it. So it's like, yay.
There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah. I
good.
saw that one with Sam out there. So yeah.
Yeah. So you started it started kind of like I think a lot of people probably start, which is you're having fun. Hey, I've got this great camera on my phone. I'll just record you on this par three, right? A lot of people I
Right.
think do that.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, that's how it started.
then you got the bug.
Then I got the bug, and then you like, oh, I'll put it on my cart and I'll just film everything, right? Just going along, good or bad. And then I was talking to one of the guys on my route, and I'm talking to him, and I go, yeah, I think I'm going to start a YouTube channel. He's like, oh, okay. What are you going to call it? And then I'm going, oh, yeah, what am I going to call it? So I just kept going over, looking at other people's stuff, and like, well, Bogey Brothers, this and that. I tried Over the Hill Golf, that was already taken. And then I'm like, I don't know. And then it's just one of those things where you're out there and you go, oh, yeah. Like I was on there and I go, oh, yeah, par three, bogey. You know, you get
Yeah.
on either like off the green or whatever, and then you do it and you're like, yeah, par three bogey every time. So it just kind of stuck. So
I still,
I tried that out.
and it works. I still kick
Yeah.
myself because I think I started YouTube, not a channel. I had,
Mhm.
an account. So I had a channel, but nothing on it in like
Mhm.
2013 or 2012 or 2011, maybe. I can't remember, but way back. And my channel name was just Mike.
I saw that.
Which
I
you
saw
can't
it.
get. I mean, and I had so many people would email me and say, "How on earth did you get that channel name?" And it's just because I think I was just super early to the deal. Like I didn't actually have any
Right.
content. I wasn't, and I never even entertained doing anything.
Mhm.
I just was like, "Oh, I just put in my name," and I had it. And then I went back and I changed it to Mike Golfs Oregon, and I think I might have changed it a couple times. And I was like, you know what? I think I just want to go back to Mike. And obviously, someone had swooped in and taken it, and I couldn't get it. So
Right.
I just
Ah,
I'm just gonna leave it. Mike Golfs Oregon. It's got golf and Oregon in it, which are the two keywords I wanted. So off we go, and just cross our fingers and hope for the best. But you said over the hill golf, and I forgot before we went live. I was going to ask you how old you are, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to answer.
oh, I don't care. I'm a double nickel.
Oh, so we're okay. So I assumed that we were very close. I'll be 53 in December. And
Hmm.
I was thinking like, I don't know what kind of references he would get if he's we're pretty close to the same age. We gotta
Yeah.
did you
Yeah.
grow up here in
One.
Oregon?
No, no. I'm originally from Southern California, so I
Okay.
came up here in like middle school.
Oh, so you've been up here a
So
long time.
yeah, I've been here long enough.
Yeah, long enough. That counts. That counts. So what's similar to golf? What's sort of your equipment rundown? What do you shoot with? I shoot with my iPhone. I can
Oh
see
yeah.
those DJI mics. What are you using?
I got a GoPro 12, and I have that on just a little tripod that breaks down real quick, and then I just throw it in my bag, go into the next hole, and then just pop it up, stick it up there. Um, if I need to get like a different angle, I'll just put like a club underneath one of the legs to keep it from
Yeah, yeah.
falling backward. Because nothing worse than having, oh, that was a great shot, and then you turn around and the camera's on the ground. You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
What
great.
what what number are they up to on GoPro? You said GoPro 12. I think I have a GoPro 4 floating around my house somewhere. And like, are they
Yeah.
on 20? What are they at? Is 12 the
Uh,
highest? They in 20s yet? Or
I think it's 13 right now.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can see
So
it's
my wife actually bought it for me for Christmas last year, 2 years ago,
okay.
because she knew, what I was doing. She goes, "Well, you like to do this," so she bought it for me for Christmas, and I just ran with it. So I took all the batteries from her GoPro 11 that I bought her like the year before that.
I'm
So
sure
we
she
put
thanks you
those
for
on the
that.
kayak.
I'm sure
Yeah.
she thanks you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I all of my purchases for equipment, and actually most of my golf purchases, I limit to stuff that I can buy after I use up or get all of the like the wellness through my wife's work through the wellness program. You know, I get like 300
Mhm.
bucks a year, so that's pretty much
Right.
my cap. If I can buy it for 300 bucks, I'll,
There you
I'll
go.
count my steps until I get $300, and then I'm done counting steps, and I have my $300, and I go get golf equipment, or I get new microphones or some kind of YouTube
Right.
equipment, something to use for the channel. What
Yeah.
about editing? Like I think we all start probably similar place with like if you were shooting from a phone, I did everything in iMovie, and then eventually realized this is really hard to edit everything on my phone. Um,
Right. Well, up until June, when I bought a laptop from one of the guys at work, a MacBook, everything was on my phone, and I have a Samsung, and so I couldn't use
yeah.
iMovie, but I had a Power Director. It's a nice mobile app and
Okay.
everything. So I paid like a subscription to that to get all the extra little things on there, more music and sound effects and stuff like that. And I did that. It was all by thumbs
Yep.
for the first year and a half or so. So now I'm trying to convert over to DaVinci. It's
That's what I'm
it's really
using.
good. Yeah,
That's what I'm
because
using.
I filmed with my phone when we were in South Carolina, and I had it in HDR. I'm like, oh,
Oh
this is
yeah.
going to be great. And I came back and I loaded it up, and I go, why is it all washed out?
Yeah.
So
The
so then I
lessons we
looked it up
learn.
and I go, oh man. But then I was already like listening to guys where they were talking about using LUTs and color grading. So I got that laptop just in the nick of time.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Well, and
it,
HDR, like if it's like probably a lesson that everybody eventually has to learn if they're trying to do this stuff. Like the HDR thing, um, good luck doing shot tracers if you're using Shot Tracer Pro.
that's why it took. We were in South Carolina in June. That's why it was taking so long, because when you're doing it on the laptop, you're going, I think it went here. So then I'd have to go to the next video, see where it ended up,
Yep.
and then I'd use the other option and just go, okay, here's the start point. It went up this high, and then this is where it dropped down.
Do you use so if you're using Shot on the Mac, right? So you
Yeah,
Shot Tracer Pro on the for OS on the Mac,
yeah,
you can zoom in.
yeah. I was
Okay.
doing that, but when it's so washed out and you're using a white ball,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
you're like,
Yeah,
where's the ball at?
yeah.
So and just kind of going back in your memory and going, what kind of shot was it? And then, you know,
I'm remembering back to when I did everything on I had not just an iPhone, but I had an iPhone 12 mini, so it was tiny. I was
mhm,
recording on it, and then I had like the $5 app from Shot Tracer, the Shot Tracer
right.
app, and doing shot
Yeah.
traces on your phone, which is even harder because you don't have a lot of control with your finger, and my
Oh
screen
yeah.
was tiny. And then I was saving all of that on the phone and then trying to edit it all on the phone in iMovie and then upload
Mhm.
it to YouTube. I almost quit because it's just is like, oh, this is horrible. It's horrible.
Right. And I can't even remember how I did the Tokati video. Like, how did I edit it and get it on there? It must have been like the first version of Power Director that I was doing, because
What's your
that's
what's like your least favorite part about that? Actually, about the whole process, about editing, but also about like
oh,
the whole
voiceover,
process.
the
Voiceover.
voiceover. Yeah. It's first of all, it's got to be quiet. And so I have a dog, and if somebody comes around and she's a golden, she's just doing the growl, like being real vocal. Um, and then my wife's moving around, my son, and so and then I can't stand my voice. I just sit there and I
No
go,
one can
oh,
stand their voice.
and then I'll sit there and I kind of do it, and then I listen to it and I go, why do you sound like you're going? And then they went like this, and then the ball went left. Yeah, and so I've listened to like enough podcasts and everything where people say, "Oh yeah, I'll put like a picture or like a stuffed animal, and they'll talk to that." And I go, "That's weird. Just talk like you would talk." And then I
Well,
do it and I go, oh, I see what you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, so you've heard the saying in golf, feel isn't real, feel's not real or
Right.
whatever, right? Um, I think it's the same when you're doing voiceover. So the advice that I've always read that actually is great, and I don't do as much voiceover anymore. I just put out one with voiceover, but it's because something got screwed up in my microphone.
Mhm.
Um, but you have to exaggerate, and then you feel
Mhm.
funny because you're standing in a like me. I if I record voiceover, I do it in the walk-in closet because it's got all the clothes hanging, so it deadens the sound and there's no
Right.
echo, so the sound is better. And then you just feel like an idiot because you're in there being all chipper and happy, talking to your laptop
Yeah.
in
Exactly.
your closet, and you're just like, what am I
Right.
doing here? I'm 53-year-old man.
Yeah. I know. That's what I told my wife when we got back from South Carolina. I go, I got to go in there because I need it quiet. And I got in there, closed all the doors, and then I could still hear the TV through the wall. And I'm going, I'm never going to get this done.
I
But
think your wife is saying, don't blame her. She's watching.
yeah, pretty much.
I think, is
Don't
that your
blame
wife?
me. I'm not blaming you. Yeah, I'm not blaming you.
Oh man, that's rough. The wife showing up on the live stream.
Right. Hey, I got it. She's my biggest fan.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if my wife has watched any of my stuff yet, but she knows I do it. She's supportive of it. So that's good. Um,
Yeah.
oh, what was I going to ask you? Shoot. You just jogged my memory about something. So voiceover, have you ever thought, I know I was going to ask, why not do on course commentary?
Well, I did do that at the Sandpines one.
Yeah.
Um, and it is a lot better because you're you're going along, you're in the moment, and
Yeah.
you are who you are. You're not trying to say something to somebody. And I've even done like where I turn the GoPro around and you're talking, but you're in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, are you gonna give me that? That is a birdie, even though it like hit the pin and bounced off. Like it was
I
all
struggle with
good.
that. I struggle with that on the course.
Mhm.
I can like I've done a couple live streams from the house here, like my what's in the bag and then regripping my clubs, and I'm totally
Mhm.
comfortable in that for some reason in that live situation. And it's not really any different than doing it on the course. But man, I turn that camera around on the course and I'm like suddenly tongue tied.
Right.
I just I
Well,
I
me,
lose it.
yeah, it's that's fine. It's just watching the video and trying to time your voiceover with that.
Yeah.
That's what gets me because I think I'm focused on that and not what I'm trying to say. I mean, I had to do a voiceover for an intro at the world tour because my mic was all messed up and it was scratchy. So
Yeah.
I had to redo it here, and I go, oh yeah, I wrote it down, and I go, oh yeah, boom boom, knocked it out. Listen to it, and I go, well that's horrible. Like you're a kid reading a script at a play. Like, oh, hi guys,
And
Mark here
then
at Park Boat, and you're going, that's not even. Oh, you go, why can I do it there, but I can't do it here?
yeah.
So,
And then
long
I
story
hit the
short,
next
that's
shot.
the worst.
And then I
And
hit
then
the
I
next
hit
shot.
this shot. Then I
And
was really pumped.
yeah,
Mm.
it looks like you have some fans watching from Hickson, Tennessee. Jerry James.
Oh, Jerry Lemire's. What's up,
Lemire.
Jerry? Yeah, L.A. Mears.
Okay, I
Or
got it. I got it.
yeah,
My
yeah,
eyes are terrible. My
that's all right.
eyes are terrible. That's cool. That's cool.
It's
So what?
low.
So sort of your least favorite thing and your biggest challenge then is just the voiceover stuff. But I honestly would recommend trying the on course stuff
Mhm.
more. It's just easier, and I try to make this everything I'm doing on YouTube. I try to make it as simple as possible,
Right,
and so if I can think about things ahead of time and provide the on course commentary, I know I don't have to come back later and sort of try to get the right tone and the right everything else for a voiceover. And now I can just resort to voiceover when I have to use it because something happened with the audio, like this last
right.
one. But that's whatever. Um, who do you watch? Who are your other sort of the channels that you watch and follow? Who do you like to follow?
Um, the one that really got me was Random Golf Club,
Mhm.
and that's the first time that I saw Sam Hahn from
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And he was he was interesting, but it was the other guys on there. But um, that one really got me going, and that was because I was looking for abandoned video,
Hmm.
going to Sheep Ranch, and then just a couple of. I don't watch a whole lot of them. There's more like just reels that I see, which St. Andre's Golf.
They're
They do all
funny.
the skits. Yeah,
They're
they're
very, very
so
funny.
funny. That I was like, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And
Yeah.
then you saw the one video that me and my brother did, and I'm like, that was horrible. You know.
It's an art.
So,
It's an art
yeah,
form.
yeah. You,
They're just,
it's kind of like doing the voiceover thing. You have to put yourself out there and just
yeah.
go for it.
Yep.
But I'm not the best screenwriter or script writer either.
Do
So
you watch? So you say you watch the follow the reels or whatever. So are you on
mhm.
other platforms? Do you post your stuff to other platforms?
I posted on Instagram, and
Okay.
then that's linked to Facebook, so everybody sees it through there.
Okay.
So um, I guess Instagram you get more views because everybody's just scrolling. If they're doing the golf thing, they're just going
Yeah.
through and seeing stuff. So
Is it like, okay? So I dumped Instagram like in 2010 or whatever. Don't get me
mhm.
started. I have a thing against Mark Zuckerberg. Um,
Okay.
and so I'm not on there, so I don't even really know how it works anymore. But are they? I mean, it's not long form, right? Is it still shorts?
No, yeah, it's still shorts.
It's still shorts,
Um,
okay. And I don't
yeah,
like
but I think
shorts.
it's up to, yeah, it's I think you can get like because that's where I saw. I want to say it was where I saw St. Andres was on there
Okay,
because it's kind of like everybody says the TikTok. I go, well, if you don't want to do TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook Reels, it's all the same. Everybody's just scrolling. You're just
yeah,
seeing stuff and you're just going through. Um, but yeah, I think it gets up to 2 or 3 minutes. I think
okay,
YouTube is 3 minutes, and
okay.
I think Instagram's two, maybe. Probably not. I'm probably totally wrong in
I
all of that.
occasionally put out a short that's tied. Mine are always tied to a video, but I
Mm,
just don't like doing them. I don't like them. I don't like watching them. I don't like what they do to your brain and attention span.
right.
Which ties into one of my issues with Mark Zuckerberg. Uh, so I don't tend to focus on them. And then people are like, "Well, if you really want to succeed, you need to be putting everything on all of these other platforms." And I'm like,
Right.
well, yeah, I'm not feeling it. Have you found any success on it on the other platforms?
I think you get more views on that one. You know, depending because I know more people on Instagram. Friends and everything on
Yeah,
Instagram. So you have that. Um, and then the YouTube, when you're small, if you're not hitting something big, and if you're not putting stuff out constantly, trying to, you know, grab the algorithm and take it by charge and all that, then I don't know if it just says, well, we don't like you or whatever, and then just
I've kind of I'll say this, like, I don't really purposely play the YouTube game because it's not why I do it.
mhm,
It's a creative outlet for me. I enjoy making the videos. There's parts about it that I don't like, it gets tedious and stuff like that, but it's really
right,
fun. It's
mhm,
just something fun that I enjoy doing. And I pay attention a little bit to what you're supposed to do or what they say you're supposed to do or how it all works and allegedly and how it does this and how it does that and try to do some of the things, but I just don't want to get caught up in like putting things out that are not authentic to what I want to do just because I
right,
want to the YouTube algorithm to like me.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, if you want to be successful, it's gonna, you know,
Yeah.
do you do it?
Are,
As long as I'm doing what I like, what you're saying, as long as you're doing what you want to do, I think that's what makes you happy. Yeah, it'd be great to get paid, or like the guy you had on the other day, where he's getting like
free stuff.
free golf and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be great. That's what
Yeah.
I told people. I go, they go, well, what are you trying to do? And I go, if I can just get enough out there to where I have, a little bit of stroke where I can go, oh yeah, well, I have this many people, and I can send them your course or whatever.
Yeah.
Or, well, if I got to golf for free wherever I went, I mean, that's a win for me.
Yeah, I was actually so that was Joe with sort of like golf, and he was the first one that I did, the first live stream that I
Mhm.
did. Um, and it caught me off guard because I like I've asked a lot of people like why'd you start or what are you trying to do with the channel? What are you trying to get out? Nobody's ever said I was trying to get free stuff. And so it really truly caught me off guard. He's like, I started because I wanted to get free stuff. I'm like, huh, that's pretty cool. And then I'm like, well, wait a second, you get tons of free stuff. He gets golf balls all the time. He just put out another golf ball
Right.
video and he gets, he's got people sending him apparel and all of this stuff. I'm like, hey, you're super successful now,
Right. Yeah.
right? So looks like Jerry wants to know if we're on Rumble. Jerry, I don't even know what Rumble is. So
No, I think that's a different platform, not like this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, is he asking if we're on Rumble right now? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Question.
I don't know how to
It's kind of,
respond. Is it a dating app? It sounds like a dating app.
yeah. It's a fighting app.
I was
Like
gonna say
they're
it's a
gonna
dating
win.
app for MMA fans
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
or
Um,
pro wrestling. What
that would be
you
fake.
yeah. You talked about views, the question I had actually had written it down is what's your relationship status with YouTube Studio metrics pages or analytics? How addicted are you?
I'm not.
Okay, good.
I don't have that much time to like dig into it. I just look and I go. I mean, it was what was it? One of the first videos I did. It was my buddy at Diamond Woods, and he made that real long putt for or chip for birdie, just off the green.
Yep.
And I go, oh yeah, I threw it out there and working and doing other things. And I'm talking to the one guy that I was talking about doing a YouTube channel for, and he's like, oh yeah, I saw some of your stuff, and that one it got like 10,000 views, and I went, what? Like I didn't even realize it, because I was just trying to in my own world, work, home, and then doing that stuff. So
I
I
saw that.
looked at it and I'm like, wow, like
Yeah.
I'm somebody on YouTube, right? And it's like, oh, that wasn't actually me. That was my buddy. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was
yeah,
it's
I
your
don't I
video.
don't get into it. Yeah, yeah. If it wasn't for me, it would have never nobody would ever
That's
see it.
right.
So
Yeah, I think the danger is you get the one that pops like that, and you think, "Oh, I have it figured out. I got it.
yeah, no,
I,
I have
I
no
got it."
idea. The only thing is like maybe it was in the tagline was like chasing birdies.
Who knows, right? And
Who knows?
and YouTube for whatever reason isn't going to tell you. They just they just say, "Here you go," and now we're not going to show your next one to anybody.
Yeah,
Here's your
and then
reward.
yeah, and my wife wants to make sure that she filmed Jason's birdie on that.
It's
So
probably
because
why it
she
went so big. It's
yeah,
probably
it
why,
is.
right?
Well, you saw the camera work. She
I would
followed
not call I wouldn't
followed
even
the
call it
ball right
camera
there.
work, Mark. I wouldn't call it camera work. It was cinematography.
Cinematography,
There was
instinctual.
yes, it wasn't just camera work. So
Right.
that's really cool. That's cool. Um,
Yeah.
okay, what was the thing we were talking about something before we jumped on live, and you said, okay, we can talk about that in there. And now I'm
Mhm.
just kind of spacing what it was. Do you recall?
Uh,
This is really good live YouTube too. Two
yeah.
guys in their 50s trying to remember what they talked about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. I need to go take my Metamucil or something,
Yeah,
and that's not even for memory.
because you forgot what it was for.
I forgot, but it explains a lot though.
It does explain a lot. Okay. Well, we can't remember, but here's what I want to close with. I've got some. I came up with some questions today that I just want to do rapid fire, sort of like tap in putts, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the question out there. There's two options. There are no other options. You pick one of the two, right? For example, on course, uncrustable or hot dog.
Hot dog.
That's a point for you. In the golf cart, in the golf cart, you driving or you riding?
She's gonna say I'm riding.
Okay, okay. I prefer to ride. Long par three, 4 iron or four hybrid.
4 iron.
Okay. Uh, same, same. Dream trip, Scotland or Australia.
Already been to Scotland. I guess it would be Australia.
Okay. Favorite fast food? I got to
It
go
would
non-golf
be
somewhere.
for golf, Emerald Valley's Emerald Dog, which is a hot dog
Hot
with
dog.
nacho cheese and dried onions on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
wasn't a fan. Yeah.
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so here this one's going to take a second to explain. Your foursome odd man out. So I'll give you four guys. You're going to golf with three of them. So one of these guys doesn't get to be part of your group. Bryson DeChambeau, Wesley Bryan, Grant Horvat, Peter Finch. I'm assuming you know. I'm assuming you know them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with Finch.
Peter Finch is
Because I got
out.
to see if I, yeah, I got to see if I can outdrive DeChambeau.
That's not where I would try to do. I don't think I would make it. I
Well,
think Peter.
at least get a pointer.
Yeah. This is true. I love Peter's
Yeah.
sense of humor. For me, I'd probably have to boot Grant.
Oh,
I think there's too much, maybe too much age difference.
right.
Okay. Here's a would you rather 1,000 so this is just on one video. You got 1,000
Mhm.
subs out of it or 1,000,000 views?
1,000 would put me closer to getting more free stuff.
Free stuff.
Free stuff.
Thousand subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay. Dog or cat? And I think I know the answer.
Dog.
Yeah, good call. Okay. Every time you go out, it's either 26 putts, no matter what. It's only 26 putts. That's how many it takes you.
Mhm.
Or every drive when you want it is 310 yards straight.
I'll take the putts.
I would too. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke. Zero. I'm old.
Okay. Well, speaking of old, this is the decider right here. This is the last one I have. Caddyshack or Happy Gilmore?
Oh man. Any question but that?
It's not life altering here.
You got to go with the classic. If you said Caddyshack or Happy Gilmore 2, then it was easy. It was Caddyshack all the way. But
Easy
yeah,
Caddyshack all the way.
Caddyshack. Yeah.
Yeah. And if I said Caddyshack 2 and Happy Gilmore, it's easily
Oh,
Happy
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Happy
Yeah.
Gilmore. Yeah, yeah. Some things in life are pretty easy. They're pretty easy.
Right.
So, well, Mark, what else can I ask you? What else do you want to share, or what have I not thought to ask you tonight in our conversation or to talk about?
Just that I know she's listening, but I couldn't do it without my wife because when we're on vacation, she's doing all the filming. Um, and she was the one that thought about getting golf clubs for my granddaughter. So
Nice.
and it's the same one that was in the Token video. So now she's 2 years older, and she's just a kick in the pants.
There's
So
another there was another short video I think that you had. There was a shorter video. I don't think it was a Tokati, and I thought it was your granddaughter running around in one of the other
oh yeah,
videos.
that was at Diamond Woods. Yeah, when she
Okay.
had the scorecard. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. She had the
yeah,
scorecard. Yep. Okay.
yeah.
Well then, I mean, in true YouTube fashion, right? It's a shout out to is it a shout out to Daphne?
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I would encourage everybody to check out Par Three Bogey. The channel's Par Three Bogey. Mark, is great getting to talk to you and getting to meet you. And like we talked about, before, getting to connect sort of live-ish, electronically in person
Right.
and have this kind of conversation is really cool and sort of one of the big things why I do YouTube in the first place, which is to connect with other people that are passionate about golf and passionate
Mhm.
about doing this, about putting together videos and entertaining and all of this other stuff. So I really appreciate you taking the time to come on tonight and to put yourself out there and share this time with me. And again, encourage people to subscribe to your channel because you will golf Oregon probably way before I ever even get close to it. And also, I would say in the chat here, there's at least two other Oregon YouTube golfers in the chat who
Mhm.
apparently have already planned some sort of Oregon YouTube golf outing here, championship or something. So
Oh,
maybe we'll make that happen. We're close enough that we probably should. And you know, but thank you again for coming out.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate you having me on. I
Yep.
mean, I'm smaller. I saw everybody else and how many subscribers, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've got a ways. But you know,
Just keep at
it's
it.
a year and a half. Yeah, it's a year and a half.
Just keep
It's a
at
hit
it.
and miss.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, eventually maybe you'll just resort to live streaming like I do. It's
Right.
easy. And
Yeah. It
like I said,
seems
I
to
just try to
work.
make it easy. I'm just trying to make it all easy.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you having me on.
Yep. Yep. It's good to
I
meet
think
you.
what you're doing, yeah, I think what you're doing is great, especially getting all the guys from Oregon. I
Yep.
think you said what there's like maybe 4 or 5 of us here that are
Well,
doing
the only
YouTube.
few,
I
well,
think you know
Sydney, I see Sydney's in here and
them.
Roger's in here, and I'm not sure there's probably others. But I don't, off the top of my head, you got to search pretty hard to find them. So
Right.
for all I know, it's the four of us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's your foursome right there.
That's it. That's it. All right. Well, look, whoops, I got Chip just coming in at the last here. Good to see you, Chip. Amateurs golfing. Um, sorry you came in at the end. Mark,
Yeah.
have a good evening, and I'll see you out on the course.
All right. Take it easy,
All right.
Mike. Thanks
Good
again.
night.
Bye.
Yep.